Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Durango High School. At this time, please direct your attention to the flag, which is to my right of the stage, and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. My name is Sailor Stottlemyre, and I am the senior class president for the class of 2020. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate the graduating class. Seniors, congratulations. At this time, please welcome to the stage Mr. John Hurl, principal of Durango High School.
I can't tell you how good it is to see each and every one of you here today. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Demons and Demon families. Welcome to Durango High School's graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. Today is the most important and exciting day of the school year for Durango High School, Durango School District 9R, and for all the graduates sitting before me. And that statement has never been more true than it is this year. I appreciate you joining us as we celebrate the hard work, commitment, and perseverance of nearly 250 remarkable young men and women. Today has been a strong indicator of the support the city of Durango has for our class of 2020. Providing many different ways to broadcast this event today are 99X, 99.7, X-Rock 105.3, Durango TV, and our awesome balloon pillars were provided by the Durango Balloon Company. Thank you to each of you for your support of this event and of the class of 2020. I'd like to give a special recognition to Carol Queen and her grounds crew for working tirelessly to get our space ready for today's ceremony. A very special thanks to our parent group that decorated this morning to make this parking lot look special. And thank you to Dale Garland, Melinda Wood, and the Stuco Seniors for their diligence, patience, and persistence to get us all here today. Joining us today to honor our graduating class are school board members Dr. Cherie Bird, Kristen Smith, Mick Stouter, and Andrea Parmenter, and Superintendent Dan Snowberger. Assistant Principals Darren Tarshis, Brandon Thurston, District Activities Athletics Director Ryan Knorr, High School Activities Athletics Director Aaron Champenoy are also joining us today and will be supporting me in honoring our graduates as they walk across the stage. Finally, I'd like to recognize the Durango High School staff and any Durango 9R employees seated with our graduates in the crowd today. DHS and Durango School District 9R has an amazing staff committed to the success of each student from pre-K through senior year. Our staff strives to positively impact the lives of each student and help guide them to become the young men and women we are honoring here today. Will all of you please stand and be recognized? DHS truly has one of the most remarkable staffs in the entire state, if not country. Graduating with you guys today is Ed Cash. Ed has been in education for the past 25 years, 20 of those here at Durango High School. We wish Ed the best in his retirement and his future endeavors. Seniors, having the privilege to speak to you this morning, I reflected on what to say. I have recently reread The Power of Positive Leadership by John Gordon. Essentially, Gordon's message is you can approach any situation from a positive standpoint or a negative standpoint. When people approach from the negative, it can suck the energy away from those around them. When people approach from the positive, you energize those around you. Through all the trials and tribulations of this pandemic, I have seen so many of you emerge on the positive side. You have found value in the moment. You have found ways to stay connected. You have shown your grit, perseverance, and determination to not let anything stand in your way. 4 years ago, I walked through the front door for the first time with you. Our motto that year was honor the traditions, celebrate the now, build the future. And what a future you have built. At the beginning of this year, I also asked you, what will be your legacy, while challenging you to be kind every day. May not have said it that way. Here's how I see your legacy over the past 4 years, and really it's like 3.5. You've taken advantage of all of our career and technical education classes, increasing enrollment by over 600%. This year's class has earned more career certifications than any other in DHS history. You have taken more AP exams than any other class in history and had more passing scores than any other class in history. You built Troop 1096 to incredible success, qualifying the highest number from DHS for nationals this year. You've built the band program to one of the top programs in the state, including all state selections this year. DECA has always had a solid showing at state all 4 years, including a gold qualifier this year. Orchestra qualified for a national competition, receiving its highest marks ever. The choir program was supposed to perform at Carnegie Hall. We had multiple national qualifiers in Skill USA and state board representatives for one of the first times. Stuco celebrated a decade of Council of Excellence this year and had our first CHASA state representative. Aerospace has gone to nationals for the 25th time in 26 years. We have a nationally acclaimed newspaper in the El Diablo. We have multiple teams winning league titles, regional titles, multiple CHASA playoff appearances, and individual state titles, all paving the way for other classes to continue the pursuit of excellence. The overall weighted class GPA is a 3.36, the highest over the past 4 years, with the highest GPA being a 4.44, the highest in school history. We have students going to top-tiered schools, Columbia, Brown, Princeton, Pepperdine, to name a few. Others going to trade school, some taking a gap year, and we have several that are going to proudly serve our country. As of today, this senior class has accumulated over $2.7 million in scholarship money, including a Gates Millennium Scholarship winner, which paves the way for both graduate and undergraduate school. I hope that you remember that you have left a legacy, a renewed sense of demon pride. You have paved the way, the demon way, for future classes to follow. I will only have one class that came into the building with me as a first-time principal and graduate with you 4 years later. And as your proud principal, I am so thrilled I got to do it with this class of 2020. Congratulations, and good luck continuing to build your future. Yes. I would now like to introduce Dr. Cherie Bert.
Welcome, DHS graduating seniors, families and friends, to this beautiful day for an unexpected and unusual graduation. I'm Dr. Cherie Bert, president of the Durango 9R School Board. I'd also like to introduce other members of the school board, including Kristen Smith, Andrea Parmenter, and Mick Souter. And a special shout out to Big Picture High School, Paul Duft, and Tristan Sanchez from DHS, who participated this year as DHS student representatives to the board. Tristan's graduating this year. Way to go. Graduates, we all applaud your perseverance, flexibility, and determination to finish your degree during this crazy time. To families and friends, teachers and counselors, and Durango staff, thank you so much for guiding and encouraging these students. Graduates, you've just finished your first phase of becoming educated. So what does being educated mean? What are some common characteristics of educated people? I've come up with 3 in order to be short, so let's see how they fit the class of 2020. Number 1, educated people are adaptable and able to thrive in different settings. Your class may be the most adaptable set of students to graduate in many years. You went from the classroom to virtual learning in a blink of an eye. You learned how to use technology in ways you probably never thought possible. Given the rapidly changing world we are living in, this characteristic of adaptability will serve you well. Continue to adapt and excel in new environments. Number 2, educated people are curious, more open to new experiences, new people, and new ideas. You are just about to go out into a big, interesting, and complicated world that extends way beyond the city limits of Durango or of La Plata County or Colorado or North America. At DHS, you've learned to think about the world and your place in it, but continue to be curious about the broader world. Embrace the unfamiliar. Make new friends. Try new foods. Learn a language and immerse yourself in a different culture. Become a leader, or if you were a leader, become a follower. Travel. Let your curiosity broaden your education. And lastly, number 3, educated people are open-minded, valuing other viewpoints with tolerance. You have listened and learned from a lot of different people during your high school years. Continue to listen and learn from and about your fellow humans. Listening with interest and compassion to stories about other people's lives gives you the opportunity to grow your worldview by hearing, considering, and modifying what you know. By continuing to consider other viewpoints and ideas, you will form more successful collaborations and teams and have a broader set of options for solving problems in your world. We know that you have made great strides to become educated during your time at DHS, to be adaptable, curious, and open-minded. No matter where your future endeavors take you, whether to higher education, technical school, or into the workforce, on behalf of the 9R Board of Education, I encourage you to continue to be an educated person. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Dr. Bert. We appreciate your leadership and thank you and the rest of the school board administration for putting students first. Next, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker this morning. The following gentleman is a DHS class of 2007 graduate and a 2012 physics graduate of the Colorado School of Mines. He works in renewable energy in Golden, Colorado, and spent 7 years of his life devoted to professional slacklining. In 2017, he famously used his slacklining skills to rescue an unconscious man dangling from a chairlift at Arapahoe Basin by climbing on the steer chairlift cables to rescue him. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Mickey Wilson.
Thank you, Sailor. Congratulations, class of 2020. You have successfully completed the first major chapter in the story of your lives. It was a long road to get here, and you have all worked very hard, and hopefully played hard along the way as well. To the families of the graduates, I commend you for the love and support you have given them. Undoubtedly, your guidance has been instrumental in getting them here today. However, you have an even greater challenge ahead of you, and that is watching these young adults go out into the world. Your job as family is far from over, but the nature of how you guide your sons and daughters will never be the same. As they venture out, I hope you will continue to provide love and support, as well as patience and understanding as they make their own decisions. To the faculty and staff of Durango High School, thank you for your tireless devotion to the preparation of these students. You have answered the calling to teach, to coach, and to counsel our youth. The lessons you have taught will not be forgotten. You will remain in the memories of these students for the rest of their lives as role models and examples of how to think and how to act. To our distinguished graduates, I am sure you are very excited as well as a little nervous for what lies ahead. The times we find ourselves in are far from ideal. The coronavirus has changed all of our lives. It has brought sickness to our population and to our economy, but not to our spirits. For here we are, in defiance of this disease, gathering safely to celebrate your graduation. So please remember to thank those who worked so hard to make this day a reality. Their efforts to bring us here today are backed by the belief that you deserve this once-in-a-lifetime rite of passage. And if the coronavirus wasn't enough, there is another disease threatening us: inequality. Good people out there are constantly working to balance the scales, yet there are still so many with so little, and prejudice continues to run rampant. This is an inexcusable problem in our world, and one that we must face together, in unity, to stand up for what is right. So, I challenge each and every one of you to stand up and work together to defeat the scourge of racism, sexism, and any other ism that is unfair to our fellow humans. In addition to respecting those we share this planet with, I hope you will respect our planet as well. Every action has a consequence, from the smallest acts, like buying a cup of coffee, to the morning commute, to flying around the world. It's easy to think, I'm just one person, and my individual actions don't really matter. Well, I am here to tell you that your actions do matter, and they ripple through the world, affecting change in many ways. For if all of you make an effort to help the environment, you will inspire countless others to do the same, and the collective exponential growth of our movement will not be stopped. I hope all of these cars are not idling right now. Yes, these problems we face in today's world are intimidating, but do not despair, my fellow Durangotangs, for you have been prepared to deal with anything the world throws at you. I was just like you all. 13 years ago, I graduated from DHS, and what I have learned is that Durango is a truly special place, not only for its natural beauty, but also for its diversity. We represent an eclectic community of different creeds, philosophies, lifestyles, and beliefs. Equipped with this upbringing, you'll have the ability to communicate with a broad spectrum of people, a skill that will prove invaluable as you navigate the maze of life. So I urge you all, use this skill. Stay connected with the people in your life. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. And if you see someone who needs help, don't be afraid to offer it. Build bridges, not walls. The life before you is going to be amazing, but it will have its fair share of difficulties. Don't shy away from the challenges you are presented with. Instead, embrace them, for it is the trials and tribulations that we overcome that truly define us. Whether your next step is college, a new job, a new home, you are about to begin a new path. This path can be walked by you and you alone. You have never had as much freedom as you are about to be given. So what are you going to do with this independence? Remember, you are in the driver's seat now, and you are going to start making bigger and bigger decisions with bigger and bigger results. Believe me when I say this, you want to be able to look back on your life and be happy with the decisions you have made. You're going to have to live with them forever. Do your best to choose wisely. So let's talk about choice for a minute. After DHS, I chose to study physics because I wanted to make the world a better place with solar energy. But along the way, I fell in love with the esoteric sport of slacklining, and I chose to walk away from my college degrees and chase a dream. I slacklined for 7 years, traveling the world, soaking up life experiences. Then one fateful day at Arapahoe Basin, I used those slackline skills to save a young man's life as he was being strangled, hanging from a chairlift. That event changed my life, and it all started with my choice to follow a passion. It could have been the wrong choice, but like most choices, we never know until the dust has settled. Only vision in hindsight is 20/20. In the coming years, you are going to make many choices about majors, careers, and relationships. When you make these choices, it is important to follow your heart as much as your head. So go out and find things that you are passionate about. Do things you love, and you will create love in the world. Seek out balance in your life so you can work hard and play hard. Take risks. Be bold and daring, but don't neglect the importance of a backup plan, because sometimes life can throw you some serious curveballs. No matter what happens, love yourself and take care of yourself so that you may better care for your family and friends. What I'm basically trying to say is this: don't spend your entire life thinking about what is the safe, smart, conservative thing to do. Instead, know what you love and follow that, and you can't go wrong. Oh, and parents, if your kids tell you that they want to take a year off, or maybe 7, to chase a dream and do something that they love, just relax, calm down, don't strangle them. It's all going to be fine. Just keep the faith and believe in the good things coming. Our world is full of demons that will tempt you and blow you off course. Just remember that we are the Durango demons, and we will hone and channel our inner demons so they act instead as angels, allowing us to soar like eagles. We can do this, and we will do this. This is the start of a new chapter and a new decade, so write it as you see fit, full of hard work, love, and adventure. Again, congratulations, class of 2020. Now go out there and have an amazing life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. I would now like to welcome back to the stage Mr. John Hurl for the presentation of the class of 2020.
Graduates, at this time, we are going to need you at your cars so that we're able to put our diploma groups together, please. As the principal of Durango High School, it is my pleasure to present the members of the graduating class of 2020 to the Board of Education and Superintendent Dan Snowberger. As attested by their teachers and academic advisors and confirmed by the Durango High School administration, each member of this class has successfully completed the graduation requirements as set forth by the Durango School District 9R Board of Education. Mr. Snowberger, on behalf of the students, faculty, and administration of Durango High School, please accept the class of 2020. Mike, too.
Thank you, Mr. Hurl. Congratulations, graduates. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Education of Durango School District 9R, it is with great honor and pleasure that I accept the members of the graduating class of 2020 and bestow upon each of them the rights, privileges, and responsibilities associated with receiving a high school diploma. Class of 2020, stand ready to come forward and accept your Durango High School diploma. Congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to ask our readers, the student body co-presidents, Kaylin Waite and Miles Bronson, to come to the stage.
I'll be the first one. Yep. Kiara Hamlin.
Lewis Patton.
Lucas Gundry.
Blakely Conley.
Aaron Clark.
Ella Gavlinski.
Lauren Hoschel.
Connor Fitzpatrick.
Avery Wicks.
Julie Mays.
Stevie Cameron.
Maddie Gleason.
Rush Webster.
Logan Moore.
Isai Gomez.
Lee Pickett.
Caden Gurr.
JC Jeep.
Cameron Hyde.
Alexa Howell.
Osias Madrid.
Eleanor Fair.
Emma Bryant.
Tyler Jasmine.
Jacob Lakey.
Christina Hoffman.
Gary Ulrich.
Hannah Coster.
Tristan Sanchez.
Connor Ray.
Angelia Lashway.
Carver Mann.
Autumn Harwig.
Jade Mendiaz.
Everett Howland.
Irie Setner.
Sam Udero.
Logan White.
Kyle Hool.
Kaylee Howell.
Brittany Pope.
Ava Light.
Peyton Rude.
Ricardo Silas.
Lola Thomas.
Mackenzie Hildenbrandt.
You can wait at the top of the stairs. When she leaves, I read your name. Riley Garcia.
Jessica Harris.
Aspen Wyatt.
Kendall Floyd. Sorry.
You can wait at the top of the stairs. Brad Strong.
Bella Tweed.
You can start walking. Mia Boudreau.
Corey Meek.
Caleb Lackelt.
Caleb McGrath.
Leland Heineke.
Michael Bailey.
Logan Dietrich.
AJ Carlson.
Charlton Carlson.
Maddie Studi.
Ella DeVoe.
Hannah Klumpenhauer.
Jack Whistler.
Olivia Mummery.
You can move to the top of the stairs.
Grace Meyer.
Michelle Ortiz.
Caleb Lucero.
Ethan Jack.
Annalisa Pilar.
Acacia Kaufman.
Shelby Flory.
Jillian Holsberg.
Silas Williams. At this time, I would like to introduce our first student speaker, representing the students in the white robes, Miss Laura Clark. Laura Clark was raised in Durango and is incredibly active at Durango High School. She's been inducted into the Thespian Hall of Fame, and she was the student body secretary-treasurer. Her other activities include student council, tennis, El Diablo, and National Honor Society. Next year, she will be attending Santa Clara University. Please help me in welcoming my good friend, Laura.
All right, everyone, this is going to be an interactive speech, so get your horns ready. All right. Honk your horn if you thought we would be here today. All right, now honk your horn if you've ever watched a Disney movie. Now honk your horn if you paid close enough attention to remember a key line that taught you something about life. All right, well, there are a lot more of you that thought about that than me. I was too caught up in the catchy songs, funny characters, but I found some quotes that apply to where we are now. The only thing predictable about life is its unpredictability. Ratatouille. The problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh yes, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. The Lion King. Hey everyone, my name's Laura. You may be one of my closest friends, or we may have accidentally made eye contact in the hall, and you made the instant reaction of diverting your eyes and turning to look at your phone like you had something to see. Whichever it is, I'm sure we've seen each other around. It was a mere 4 years ago that we entered Durango High School, where we clogged the halls and we were found sprinting back to 5th period after going to Doworks, Gianni's, or Three Peaks as freshmen. We may have memorized the lyrics of Every Time We Touch, and maybe even the Demon Beat by sophomore year. By junior year, we yearned for the end of SATs and AP tests, partially so we could see the memes that come out the next day, which are too relatable if you've taken the test. Coming into high school, I can't lie. A little part of me always hoped it would be like High School Musical, with people randomly bursting into song and dancing all the way down the hallway. Upon arriving, I realized pretty quickly that movie portrayals of the high school experience are pretty skewed, though that doesn't mean it hasn't been some of the best years of my life. Even through the online learning, procrastination, wondering how any of this will help us in real life, and the constant reminders to refrain from packing up at the end of class because we still have 0.97625 seconds until the bell, we made it! Through the Quizlets that save your grade or the constant replay of the Kahoot theme song in your head as the day goes by, we survived the stares of death, getting asked what you're going to do with your life every 5 seconds, stuffy dances, and that one TikToker who is constantly doing Renegade in class. We endured every Monday by skipping advisory for coffee and remembering that school ends at 2:30. After asking our teachers to raise our grade from that 79 to an 80 or 89 to a 90, losing 800 pencils, 550 pens, and 3 library books, and becoming confident in the one fact that we will never forget. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. We finally graduated! Yay! I always knew our class would make history. For years, I've waited to graduate in the monumental year of 2020. Yet, I never would have imagined that we would be where we are today. Our lives, our entire childhood has been bookended by world crisis. First, 9/11, right as we came into the world, and now COVID-19. I mean, I heard senioritis was bad, but I didn't think it was enough for the entire senior class to stay home for the last months of school. Our class has lived through some of the greatest periods of uncertainty. Natural disasters including Hurricanes Sandy, Harvey, Irma, Maria, Katrina, the Haitian earthquake, and California wildfires. The 2016 election, one of the most fiercely politically divided elections in our nation's history. Violence from terrorism and school shootings and the Me Too movement. Even in our daily lives, the panic 1 minute before grist class when you rummage through your bag for a wooden pencil. Or praying that an NHS tutor will edit your essay at 11 p.m. Sitting in Calc AV and listening to Mr. Geisinger ask, "What is it?" and remaining clueless. These are truly unclear times. In 2012, the Mayan calendar predicted the end of the world, and somehow we did it. We still managed to graduate. Now that deserves a round of applause. Even though we have witnessed and been impacted by these world events, we are an undefined generation. A generation that has yet to be given a stereotype or a mold that we are expected to fit into. This may be our defining moment. How we act now, how we choose to utilize these events to unify and make us stronger will change the course of history. This is our chance to leave a legacy. No doubt our class will be remembered, but let's not be remembered as the class with the greatest number of people who were most likely to be late to graduation, as it is now June 13th, but the class with the greatest number of people who were most likely to succeed. Because, as Albert Einstein once said, in the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. And for some encouragement, Jackson's biofact of the day. 1, hydration is key to good health. And 2, humans experience 70,000 thoughts a day. Let's make them ones that help change the world.
Thank you, Laura. I would now like to introduce our student choice speakers, Mr. Luke Ford and Miss Emmy Romero. Wise as they are clever, both Luke and Emmy have excelled in high school with their intelligence and their wit. Luke will be attending University of Utah this fall, and Emmy will be attending Northern Arizona University. Please help me welcome them to the stage.
You ready? Hi, everybody.
It's nice to see y'all all back at the high school after staying 100% academically honest through all those online classes. Unfortunately, senioritis wasn't the only thing spreading rapidly this year, if you know what I'm saying.
I never thought that a childhood of watching cars would prepare me for any real-life moment, but yet, here we are. The more I think about it, though, the more it makes sense, because in the words of Lightning McQueen, I create feelings in others that they themselves don't understand.
Yeah, sure you do. Not all those feelings are positive.
You know, Cars is able to do more for me than just prepare me to give a speech in a parking lot. Cars, along with everything I've watched through a screen, was able to prepare me for the thrill that would come from watching prom through my computer screen with John Krasinski and David Dobrik.
I always dreamed of giving this speech to a stadium full of people, yet here we are, in the parking lot. This, however, is probably a more realistic representation of our high school experience. Yes, I know every one of you has been out here in a car while you should be in there in class, except now you're with your parents instead of friends.
Trying to figure out how to give a speech to a parking lot full of cars wasn't easy. We definitely did not Google how to be relatable. On another note, how have my warm, sexy facial expressions and listening skills been?
Also, rewriting a speech that has been written for 4 months, 2 days before graduation, was a challenge, but here we are.
Looking back on high school and the experiences that have made us who we are today, we would like to share a few things that we wish someone had told us freshman year.
Make sure you bring a full water bottle to school, because the chances of you finding a working water fountain is slim to none.
Mistakes can help you become better. For example, even though you might go winless and Macho Man your first 3 years, you can still come out a champion senior year.
The biggest scandal that will happen throughout the 4 years will be centered around a balloon.
There is never an occasion too formal for striped overalls, especially if you're a homecoming nominee. And yes, we both walked down the field in overalls.
It's fine if your hair is the same color as your cap and gown. Don't cry about it so much.
You can become best friends with the person who didn't know your name for 3 years after sitting by her in class for all of freshman year. And yeah, she's the one on stage with me today.
Public speaking will be the death of you. We really only did this speech for the front row parking spaces.
Find that one kid in class who does their homework. That way you can keep your poor time management skills.
There's always going to be that one kid in PE class that thinks college scouts are watching.
If you're ever late for class, just say you were talking to Powell. Teachers are going to understand.
And not to mention, Mr. Powell's retirement will be a turning point for the noise level in the library.
The kid who got to read the cuss words in Of Mice and Men ruled that day's class.
Free periods are open to all grades. They just call them library assistants, office aides, and PE classes.
If you hear screaming in the hallways, everything is fine. Emma, Fitz, and Sophie just found each other.
Don't be frightened by the kid with the nickname Birdman.
No matter where you are in the building, you will hear Colby Basie drive by.
Don't go to a football game expecting to actually watch the football game.
Music from 2012 does not expire, and I can attest to that due to the amount of people that listen to my Spotify playlist.
Playing your own music in the hallways is never cool, with one exception, and we all remember him.
More people watch The Bachelor than you would know.
Showing off your new heels might sound like a good idea until every kid in the school can hear you walking to the bathroom.
No matter how many times people will tell you senior year will fly by, they can never truly express how much it will zoom.
And lastly, stopping to catch up with your friends can be really fun. Just don't do it in the hallways.
While we are here to celebrate the past, let's also take this opportunity to look ahead to the future and try to find some wisdom before we embark into college and life after high school.
Just because you live in the same town as a Chick-fil-A does not mean you should make up for the 18 years without one.
Whatever you do, don't buy mechanical pencils. Grist will find you and your terrorist supporting self.
Stay hydrated and drink plenty of water. Keep Mr. Jackson proud.
Lastly, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank some of the things that have made high school such a great experience.
Spark Notes and No Fear Shakespeare.
Answer keys in the back of textbooks.
Fire drills during tests.
And most of all, kiss me through the phone.
With all of that said, we would like to thank all of you guys, the best graduating class that we could have ever imagined. Although we didn't get the ending we wanted, all of you made the middle parts worth such a frustrating ending.
We wish all of you luck as we embark on the next chapter of our lives and know that each and every one of you will go on to do such amazing things. In the words of Fillmore from 2006 smash hit Cars, fly away, be free.
Through this thing called life, make the best of every moment you have, because it will sometimes seem long and tough. It will be tiring. You'll sometimes be happy and sometimes be sad, and then you'll be old and look back on these moments and smile.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emmy and Luke. And now to present the remaining graduates of the class of 2020 with the rears, Student Body Vice President Lila Wong and Student Body Secretary Treasurer Laura Clark, please come to the podium.
You go first.
Kevin Rodriguez.
Keegan McCardle.
Sean McCardle.
Elko Garcia.
Dean Gray.
Carson Dellinger.
Aislinn Wehrman.
Keishel Toon.
Jamie Heedy.
Gwyneth Irwin.
Isabel Herringer.
Mariah Morrow.
Anna McCoy.
J.L. Larson.
Clara Delbreth.
Jacqueline Gavreau.
Leanna Beigel.
Ivy Hermisman.
Todd Murray.
Jason Helms.
Delaney Wise.
Destiny Thiessen.
Shabri Casey.
Ethan Cronin.
Ray Lee.
Emma Fitz.
Sophie Corella.
Annika Picaro.
Andrew Sadler.
Emma Hallen.
Lawrence Reed.
Carson Swift.
Do I walk right now?
Lucas Meinrich.
Rebecca Bowers.
Jack Spare.
Grace Klein.
Caitlin Steiner.
Nami Banderas.
Morgan Wells.
Isabella Putnam.
Elsie Katie.
Joe Somrak.
Nikolai Bohovchesky.
Keenan Kelly.
Trevor Zimmerman.
Sam Rogers.
Laurel Trout.
Lauren Park.
Thomas Feliciano.
Luke Tishi.
Madeline Burns.
Maddie Jo Robbins.
Daisy Jimenez.
Dylan Backabo.
Do I just give this to you?
Carter Colleen.
Jordan Taylor.
Brayden Lyons.
Amelia O'Ketter.
Caitlin Ashburn.
Corbin Miller.
Michaela Hellowell.
Olivia Lake.
Tyler Snodgrass.
Asia Ramsey.
Austin Albrecht.
Caleb Brown.
Wade Hewitt.
Hannah Wills.
Kylie Ryan.
Tina Lancaster.
Stella Griswold.
Irisha Harry.
Isabella Rodriguez.
Savion Jones-Embry.
Luke Swift.
Michael Marquez.
Leah Osby.
Calvin Chase.
Foster Burdick.
Mina Woolman.
Patricia Pena.
Callista Pena.
Eddie Gonzalez.
Joe Ornwine.
Max Warman.
Dakota Wood.
Martin Kuntz.
Dylan Barrage.
All three stay up.
Evan Barrage.
Quentin Barrage.
Colton Lee. L-E.
Braden Blevins.
Alexander Wisnicki.
Colton Lee.
Alexander Wisnicki.
Madison Young.
John Dosh.
Matea Mahan.
Can we abandon the O group? The O group?
Leona Johnson.
Cameron Quiron.
Victoria Robinson.
Go ahead, Tori.
Madison Mortimer.
Claudia Luthi.
Tori Brunband.
Addie Ickes.
Lily Ickes.
Brayton Jackson.
Finn Hyson.
Alex Finisek, yep.
Sten Joyner.
Alex Finisek.
Carson Matz.
Gabe Vasquez.
Henry Williams.
Axel Beret.
Colby Basie. Do I go up there once you start shaking the head?
Zach Dunlop.